I am a huge Batman fan, and since I've been with Warner Brothers. I've done 5 different versions of Batman, and they're all completely different. You know what I mean? They're all completely different from each other. They're from, the sort of sillier version from DC Superhero Girls, a couple other projects. I'm also working on Bruce Timm's new show, and it's just they're all different. So you have that to worry about, but here you also have the triple whammy of Lovecraft. Not that there's a huge Lovecraft appetite out there, but it's gotten bigger and bigger, and so you want to honor that, and then you also want to honor Mike Mignola in the original book. So there was a lot to balance, but I think what I try to do is to distill the essence of each without betraying, but still adding my own spin. What I like to do with a story like this is to sort of distill the character, and obviously it's a Bruce Wayne story. And so one of the things where I put my own, to answer your question about the personal spin, I sort of, towards the end of the book, it's so cool because, like I said, I'm a horror fan and I love werewolves, But, there's a part in the book where you have werewolves. And to me, I thought, it's awesome. It kills me to sort of take out the werewolves, but I wanted to give something that was more personal to Bruce, that was really going to attack what he was going through, sort of nail in the convictions, that he had come to grow on him over this course of the story, and we changed those, and I won't say, but you'll see who are in place of the werewolves. I don't know if they're I'll say they're the penultimate bad guys. It's funny because they're such different. Because I think the original really did Lovecraft solid. It had this sort of really Byzantine, sort of complex narrative going on in the background in terms of the mythology of rage and all that stuff, and that was really hard to translate. It had all these different monsters, the different versions of the rogues gallery in there. And it was an embarrassment of riches in a lot of ways. You almost want to, because one, you want to keep it all in there. Two, because it was such a Byzantine sort of backwards plot, pulling one element out, which normally you'd okay, I could take this out. It tripped down everything, had a rippling effect, so it was hard to sort of take it out. So it really was just, it was going back to the essence of, okay, what's the story? And I really sort of looked at Bruce Wayne. This is a Batman we've never seen before. There's a familiarity, a touchstone to him that I wanted to sort of keep in, but also, it's because it is an Elseworlds Batman, you get to interpret him in a way, normally in a Batman series, show, you have Batman, right, and he starts off and something happens, and at the end of the show, with any series, you bring that character back to A, he's got to be back to point A, right. You know what I mean? Because that's what makes this series. But here, he wasn't going back. In movies, but sure. That's kind of what, as the guiding post, looking at A, looking at where he goes to B, mm-hmm. Right, and then long as you're sticking to that and try to streamline as much of the other things as you can.